What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they're coming out on, we will break it down right here. This is the biggest week in gaming for the fall release season, with Call of Duty Modern Warfare and The Outer Worlds both launching on the same day on top of the MediEvil remake. We have a ton of games to break down this week, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. To kick things off this week, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is launching on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Prepare to go dark, Modern Warfare is back. The stakes have never been higher as players take on the role of lethal Tier 1 operators in a hard-racing saga that will affect the global balance of power. Call of Duty Modern Warfare engulfs fans in an incredibly raw, gritty, provocative narrative that brings unrivaled intensity and shines a light on the changing nature of modern war. Developed by the studio that started it all, Infinity Ward delivers an epic reimagining of the iconic Modern Warfare series from the ground up. In the visceral and dramatic single-player story campaign, Call of Duty Modern Warfare pushes boundaries and breaks rules the way only Modern Warfare can. Players will engage in breathtaking covert operations alongside a diverse cast of international special forces throughout iconic European cities and volatile expanses of the Middle East. And the story doesn't end there. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare, players will be thrust into an immersive narrative spanning the entire game. Experience the ultimate online playground with classic multiplayer, or squad up and play cooperatively in a collection of elite operations accessible to all skill levels. So traditionally, every year a Call of Duty game launches in either October or November. That's how it's always been since the beginning of the franchise, and this year is no different. However, this game is something that we haven't seen in quite some time. It's ditching the season pass model, therefore you don't have to dish out an additional $50 to get all of the content that's going to be coming out for the entire life of the game. Instead, all of that is going to be given away for free through updates. There is going to be a battle pass, similar to what you see in Apex Legends or Fortnite, so that you can pay a little bit extra to get more in-game cosmetics that do not impact the bottom line, which is, of course, the gameplay itself. Overall, I played the beta on the PS4 and the Xbox One. It looks phenomenal on both platforms, plays very well, I might add, and on top of that, there is a huge variety when it comes to gameplay. You do have the single-player campaign, you do have the Spec Ops mode, and on top of that, multiplayer is varied in a big way. You have ground war with a massive map, you have the traditional kind of team deathmatch, and everything in between. Definitely worth giving a look. Now, I will say one aspect that I'm not too happy about is the fact that there is a survival mode that is locked for 1 year to the PlayStation 4. That's an exclusivity deal between Sony and Infinity Ward / Activision, so that is something to take into account when you are considering where to buy the game. But regardless, if you do want Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's launching this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Next up, MediEvil is coming out on the PS4. Relive the original adventure on PS4. The beloved fan favorite has been completely remade from the grave up, blending classic gameplay with stunning visuals, all in eye-popping 4K. Step into the bones of Sir Daniel Fortesque, a slightly inept and long-dead knight accidentally resurrected by his greatest enemy, the evil sorcerer Zarok. With a second chance to foil his greatest foe, Dan will once again set out to save the kingdom of Gallowmere and earn his place as a true hero. This game is weird. It was announced at PlayStation Experience 2017, and then it fell off the face of the earth. Then we got some gameplay, which was kind of middle of the road, but it did get people talking again, and then yet again, the game fell off the face of the earth. Then, for a third time, we see a resurgence. The game actually looks pretty good, and it could fulfill fans' expectations, which are relatively high, considering this is a nostalgia-driven kind of remake. MediEvil is a big game on the PlayStation 1, now coming to the PlayStation 4, so if you do want to relive that childhood dream, or if you do want to dive in for the first time and see what was happening in gaming back in 1998 through the lens of the modern generation, then by all means, dive in and give MediEvil a try on the PlayStation 4 when it launches this week. Next up, we have The Outer Worlds coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. The Outer Worlds is a new single-player first-person sci-fi RPG from Obsidian Entertainment and Private Division. Lost in transit while on a colonist ship bound for the furthest edge of the galaxy, you awake decades later only to find yourself in the midst of a deep conspiracy threatening to destroy the Halcyon colony. As you explore the furthest reaches of space and encounter various factions, all vying for power, the character you decide to become will determine how this player-driven story unfolds. In the corporate equation for the colony, you are the unplanned variable. And now some key features. The player-driven story RPG. In keeping with the Obsidian tradition, how you approach the Outer Worlds is up to you. Your choices affect not only the way the story develops, but your character build, companion stories, and in-game scenarios. You you can be flawed in a good way. New to the Outer Worlds is the idea of flaws. A compelling hero is made by the flaws they carry with them. While playing the Outer Worlds, the game tracks your experience to find what you are not particularly good at. Keep getting attacked by raptidons. Taking the Raptophobia flaw gives you a debuff when confronting the vicious creatures, but rewards you with an additional character perk immediately. This optional approach to the game helps you build the character you want while exploring Halcyon. Lead your companions. During your journey through the furthest colony, you will meet a host of characters who will want to join your crew. Armed with unique abilities, these companions all have their own missions, motivations, and ideals. It's up to you to help them achieve their goals or turn them to your own ends. And explore the corporate colony. Halcyon is a colony at the edge of the galaxy owned and operated by the corporate board. They control everything except for the alien monsters left behind when the terraforming of a colony's 2 planets didn't exactly go according to plan. Find your ship, build your crew, and explore the settlements, space stations, and other intriguing locations throughout Halcyon. Hands down, one of the coolest looking games of the year, and when you check out the trailer, you will notice right off the bat this is clearly an Obsidian game. A lot of people have been saying if you enjoyed stuff like Fallout New Vegas, then you will probably enjoy the Outer Worlds. The lush environments are what truly do catch my eye right off the bat, but I will say the amount of depth in the storytelling, the amount of options for how you want to approach this game is ultimately limitless, or at least limitless in feeling. There is so much to do, tons of replay value here. The variety in character builds, the variety in selection of how you want to approach the game. There is so much to do within the Outer Worlds, and on top of that, if you have Xbox Game Pass, the game is included with that subscription from day one, likely because Microsoft bought Obsidian, but that's beside the point. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, because lemons are delicious, and so is lemonade. So if you do want to dive into the Outer Worlds, it is launching this week on consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, as well as PC. And to round out today's show, we have WWE 2K20 coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. 2K invites players to step inside the squared circle with WWE 2K20, available October the 22nd. Your favorite WWE superstars, legends, Hall of Famers, and NXT's best will join the festivities and celebrate the rebirth of the franchise. WWE 2K20 will feature key gameplay improvements, streamlined controls, and the most fun and creativity expansive entry in the franchise to date. WWE 2K20 will also feature a brand new 2K showcase focused on the story of the 4 Horsewomen/Women's Evolution, the return of 2K Towers, an all-new My Career that prominently features both male and female playable characters, and mixed tag matches featuring male and female competitors. Did they mention you can play as men and women? I'm not sure. I don't think that really made it through in the press release. I can't really speak too much to WWE 2K20 because I'm not a wrestling fan. I haven't played a WWE game since SmackDown vs. Raw 2002, I think, something like that. But with that being said, of what I gathered on Twitter, this is not that good of a game. I've heard some really bad things. I've heard it doesn't run very well. Maybe this stuff will be fixed with a patch, but I do know there are some wrestling fans out there, so I wanted to let you know the new game is coming out. But do check out some gameplay. Make sure this is something you want to go all in on, because quite frankly, this one might not be worth your time. I'm just letting you know that it's coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. To round out the show, some honorable mentions. First off, Skullgirls Second Encore is coming to the Nintendo Switch, along with Destiny Connect TikTok Travelers, which is also coming to the PS4 in addition to Nintendo's console. And finally, Cat Quest 2, the Lupus Empire, is coming to the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this one, drop me a like down below. In the comments, let me know what games caught your eye. And of course, if you are new to the channel, subscribe for more content. I upload a podcast 5 days a week. On top of that, this show is hosted every Sunday to keep you up to date on the hottest games of the week. But without further ado, have a phenomenal rest of your week. I will talk to you soon, and peace.